iPhone Fold, another hands-on look is out, which confirms the design of iPhone Fold, but is it really worth it compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition? Although if you want a taller foldable phone, Z Fold 7 is on a massive deal right now from Samsung, listed in this video. Now, before talking about the design of both phones, because we already know both were going to feature a wider profile, the one thing that is more important to me, and I believe you guys also wanted to have on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, is coming on the iPhone Fold, and I'm talking about the battery size on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition and the Apple Foldable. Now, the rumored battery on the iPhone Fold will be around 5500 to 5800. That's a massive number compared to the size of the phone, because the Z Fold 8 Wide Edition will going to feature only 5000 mAh battery, and we all know S26 Ultra and iPhone 17 Pro Max battery backup, and yeah, Apple optimized it better compared to Samsung, which means with the 5500, let's just take the smaller number, not 5800, let's just take the smaller number 5500. The rumored battery will be 5500 on the iPhone Fold. That is still 500 mAh more than the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, which means we can easily see 1 or even more hours screen on time compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, because the Wide Edition is actually getting not 5000, I just remember, it's 4800 mAh batteries. It's still 700 mAh more on the iPhone Fold compared to Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, because the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, the taller foldable phone, is actually getting 5000 mAh battery. So we are seeing such a letdown on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide compared to the iPhone Fold. Now, the second thing, which is pretty noticeable, the iPhone Fold is slightly bigger in size compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, because the Wide Edition is actually getting 5.4 inches cover display, but the iPhone Fold is actually coming with the 5.5 inches cover display. Barely noticeable difference, but still there is. And the second thing, which is more important, 7.8 inches inner display instead of 7.6 inches on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. Still 0.2 inches difference on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 compared to the iPhone Fold. And I would still say that iPhone is doing good job with the battery size and the display sizes on both phones. Now, if we talk about the crease on both phones, Apple is expected to do different stuff with the iPhone Fold to give us a creaseless foldable, but Samsung is also after such a thing, because Samsung is also going with the dual UTG, which will going to improve the crease on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. It is already leaked that Samsung is going to improve a lot, and it will look like the Apple Find N6, which is one of the best foldable phone right now in terms of crease. So I believe Apple and Samsung are going to have similar display crease on both phones, as Samsung is making display for Apple Foldable. Now, the interesting part is both phones are actually getting two cameras on the back. Well, iPhone is getting 48 megapixel sensors, while the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition will going to get 50 megapixel sensors. So one is getting 48 megapixel main and 48 megapixel ultra wide. The other one is actually getting 50 megapixel main and 50 megapixel ultra wide sensor. Now, the iPhone Fold is expected to come with a 30 watt of wire charging compared to 45 watt on the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. This is one of the most important updates. Z Fold 8 is a winner here with a better charging speed compared to the iPhone Fold. Now, if we talk about something really important that iPhone users actually miss on the iPhone Fold, is the Face ID. There is no Face ID coming on the iPhone Fold. The era of the Touch ID is coming back on the iPhone Fold, and it will be side mounted. Yes, there are two buttons on the side of the iPhone Fold. One will be the Touch ID / power button, and the second one is actually a camera shutter button. The camera shutter button we first got on the iPhone 16 Pro Max. The second thing is the volume rockers on the iPhone Fold is right up to the top, not on the sides like the usual foldable phones. Even the front-facing camera on the inner display is on the left side of the phone instead of on the right side of the phone, compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, which is on a different way and on the right side of the phone. Now, interesting part is Samsung already gave us a fingerprint scanner, so there is not a difference in the iPhone Fold compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. Now, if we talk about the MagSafe support on the iPhone Fold, maybe we are not getting the MagSafe support on the iPhone Fold, because with the dummies we saw for the iPhone Fold, there's no magnetic support for the iPhone Fold. So maybe the MagSafe is missing on the iPhone Fold compared to the iPhone 18 Pro Max or 18 Pro. The interesting part is both phones are not going to support S Pen. Z Fold 8 Wide Edition initially expected to get the S Pen support, but it's not getting the S Pen support. Now, we are not sure about the weight of the iPhone Fold, but the weight weight of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition is out, and it is one of the lightest foldable phone in the market with just 201 grams of weight. It's so massive that you barely even notice, because it is even lighter than the Galaxy S26 Ultra and even lighter than the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Ultra, which is a taller foldable phone, and even compared to the Galaxy Z Fold 7, which was at 215 grams. It's still 14 grams lighter than the Galaxy Z Fold 7 and way lighter than the iPhone 4. So this is one of the most important things, because if you put a case on it, still your Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition will feel lighter in your hand. The most important thing, the pricing of both phones. The expected pricing for the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition will somewhere around $1,799, because the taller foldable phone will cost us almost $2,000. But the expected price for the iPhone Fold will start at $2,000 up to $2,500. The initial rumored pricing was $2,500, and later it dropped to $2,000. So still, Z Fold 8 Wide Edition will be $200 less than the Apple foldable phone, which is a massive thing and a deciding factor for you to go with the iPhone Fold or the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. Now we also compared the Huawei Pure X Max with the iPhone Fold, and we got more details about the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, which will clear more things with the wider profile of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. Huawei just launched the Pure X Max, but Apple's new foldable phone is all over the place, because it is the first ever try by Apple to go with a foldable phone, and this time we got head-on comparison. Here's the comparison between Huawei and Apple. Apple with the dummy unit, and Huawei Pure X Max, a complete phone. Initially, when I saw both phones, I said iPhone Fold is smaller compared to the Pure X Max, less wider compared to the Pure X Max, and honestly, I really like the shorter and wider iPhone more than Huawei Pure X Max. Even though the camera style on both phones are completely different, yet there is a lot of similarity between iPhone and Pure X Max. Now, when I saw dimensions, I was completely shocked. So iPhone Fold rumored dimensions are 120.59 into 167.59 into 4.7mm, while Huawei got 120mm into 166.5 into 5.2mm. Extremely similar, but we saw real difference in real life. So I'm not sure, because 120mm height and 166.5mm wider compared to 167.59mm on iPhone, these dimensions are way off, because iPhone is wider in dimensions but less wider in real world. Also, Apple and Huawei got similar thickness when folded, 4.7mm on iPhone and 5.2mm on Pure X Max, although some do suggest 4.3mm on iPhone in some rumors, so we don't know which one is true. When we talk about this phone looks really big in renders, but I actually made it with a cardboard and the exact dimensions of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, and this is how it's gonna look like. Look at that. And if we compare it to a normal phone, this phone looks slightly wider because this phone is slightly shorter compared to a normal phone. It's a 5.4 inches cover display, and the inner display is 7.6 inches. This is the 7.6 inches. Maybe I am probably 1 centimeter different compared to original device, but I actually use the official dimensions of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, which comes with the 5.4 inches cover display and a 7.6 inches inner display with a height of 123.9mm and a width of 161.4mm. Yeah, that's the exact dimensions of the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition, and I just made it, and this is how it's gonna look like. Now, if we compare it with the iPad, yes, this phone looks smaller compared to the iPad mini 4th generation. So I don't have a latest version of iPad, but right now if I compare it with my 4th generation iPad, well, obviously that iPad has some big bezels on top and bottom, but if we put it side by side, yes, this phone almost have a screen size of the iPad mini 4th generation. Obviously this phone also gets smaller bezels, but if we compare, we almost get the similar screen size as the iPad mini 4th generation, and this is probably one of the best ones we have to watch out the content with the Galaxy Z Fold 8 Wide Edition. On this note, if you're still here, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. I'll see you next time. Until then, peace out.